In the heart of ancient Babylon, a thriving metropolis ruled by mighty kings, Daniel, a Jewish exile, rises to prominence. His wisdom and integrity earn the admiration of rulers, but it is his unwavering faith in the one true God that draws the most attention and the greatest opposition. Daniel's refusal to compromise his beliefs lands him in one of the Bible's most gripping stories, the lion's den. This powerful narrative continues to inspire hope, courage, and trust in God's sovereignty, reminding believers that even in the darkest trials, faith can conquer fear. The backdrop: Daniel's unshakable faith. Daniel's life unfolds within a pagan empire, where success, temptation, and persecution are constant challenges. Yet Daniel refuses to yield. His commitment to worship God daily, even in exile, sets him apart. When Babylon's officials craft a law forbidding prayer to anyone but the king, Daniel remains steadfast. He continues his practice of praying 3 times a day, demonstrating his trust in God above all earthly powers. This act of defiance against the king's decree makes Daniel a target, setting the stage for his trial in the lion's den. The lion's den, a test of faith. Sentenced to be thrown into the lion's den, Daniel faces what appears to be certain death. The den symbolizes a spiritual battleground, where the forces of darkness and Daniel's unshakable trust in God collide. Though surrounded by ravenous lions, Daniel's peace reflects the deep security that comes from trusting God's plan, even when it defies human understanding. This scene invites us to ask, what happens when our faith is tested? Will we, like Daniel, remain steadfast even when the world turns against us? The miraculous deliverance. The climax of Daniel's story occurs when the lions' mouths are miraculously shut. Instead of devouring Daniel, they stand powerless, demonstrating that God's sovereignty overrides human authority. This supernatural deliverance sends a powerful message. Faith in God brings divine protection, even when all seems lost. The king himself is astonished, declaring the greatness of Daniel's God. Through this miracle, we are reminded that God is present in every crisis, transforming trials into testimonies and showing his might when we place our trust in him. Lessons from Daniel's story. Daniel's survival in the lion's den teaches believers that faith is not just a belief, it's a way of life. His actions challenge us to live boldly for God, regardless of external pressure. When Daniel chose faith over fear, God's power was revealed. This story urges us to ask, will we trust God even when life feels like a lion's den? Are we willing to stand firm in our beliefs when others oppose us? How does faith prepare us for life's trials and uncertainties? The lion's den also reminds us that God's presence is not limited to times of peace. He is closest to us in the most dangerous and uncertain moments. When we choose faith, we experience divine peace and protection beyond human understanding. The story of Daniel's survival in the lion's den is a timeless testimony of faith under fire and the miracle-working power of God. Just as God delivered Daniel, he promises to be with us in every challenge we face. When we trust in him completely, he transforms trials into opportunities to display his glory. May we be inspired by Daniel's courage and conviction to walk boldly in faith, knowing that the same God who closed the lions' mouths is with us today, our refuge, strength, and ever-present help in times of trouble.